isn't very funny. And there's a little too much style, I guess, in certain shots. Like, there's scenes where, like, after an action sequence, you'll see, like, a flashing light. Like, it'll like, flash. It'll get, like, that. If, like, you know the effect you get when you go like this? Like, I can't do it with my hand. But, like, it starts to flash like that. It doesn't happen during action sequences, but afterwards. Like, somebody will get shot. And this only happens during, like, the flashback sequences in the film, which sort of set up Scott Adkins' character's backstory, who in the film he's only called the Man. So there's a little too much style. But the other action sequences that are there are not shot like that, which was fine. In fact, the best action scene in the movie, I actually showed you guys. It's here on this channel. It's the video Scott Adkins has a bus to catch, and that really is the best action scene in the movie. But the ending really was kind of eh. But I like Scott Adkins in the film. I thought he did a good job. Christian Slater, he's fine, but he's really not in the movie that much. He's only in it for like 10, 15 minutes. And his character is really predictable. There's sort of a twist with his character, but you can see it coming. But yeah, that's El Gringo. And I'm probably going to throw this slipcase away. I just wanted to show you, because it's kind of beat up on the bottom, and it's really pointless. And oh yeah, there's no features on this, or on this other one I'm going to show you. On the menu, what you see is, you see that picture, and then it says play and scenes. And that's it. So there's no features to these. Next up, Transit. And I read a good review of this film. It sounded interesting, so I decided, to check it out. It actually stars Jim Caviezel, Jesus Christ himself. I wonder if he got the role because his initials are also JC. I wouldn't put it past Mel Gibson to do something like that. And it sounded pretty interesting. It's basically Jim Caviezel and his family are taking a road trip, and these guys that held up an armored truck, they put the money on Jim Caviezel's van. They hid it in there to sort of get it past the cops. So now they're after them to get their stuff back. I haven't seen that one yet, but I read a good review. I heard it was pretty good, and Jim Caviezel's a good actor, so I decided, the hell, I'll pick it up. They were $10 each, so whatever. Next up is a movie I actually forgot to show in my last update. 21 Jump Street. I did like the movie. I thought it was funny. I judge a comedy as, do I laugh? How much do I laugh? If I laugh consistently from beginning to end, then I like the movie. Hence why I like The Hangover Part 2. Yes, I actually do like The Hangover Part 2. I thought it was funny. Was it a complete remake of the first movie? Pretty much, but was it funny? I laughed. I mean, maybe I should watch it again, but when I saw it in the theater, I had fun. But anyway, 21 Jump Street. I like the film. Yeah, Channing Tatum, he did fine. I don't necessarily think you need to be a good actor to be funny. Maybe some people will disagree, but I think you don't really need to be a great actor to be funny. I'm probably a shitty actor, but you give me funny shit to say, that's all you need to do. Just be funny. You don't really need to act. Just say some funny shit, be funny, and it'll work. And I guess in that situation, it worked fine. Next up is a Van Damme film, which I already had, but I wanted this version of the movie specifically because I heard this was a much better version of it. Hard Target. And I saw some of this, and most of the differences are in the end, the finale. It's longer. For instance, when people get shot, they get shot more times. You see more blood squibs. So if you like the film, I mean, definitely pick up this version. It's worth it. It's definitely worth the money. It's not the full uncut version, but that's probably never going to get released. That's as close as you're going to get. Next up, another movie I already have, but I heard this version was better. Death Machine. I had this uploaded on my older channel back in a long time ago in parts, but this is definitely a much better version of the film. This one's actually in widescreen. The other one isn't. The American DVD isn't, and this one's longer. I'm not sure if it's the full uncut version. Um, but again, I doubt that'll ever be released if there is a full uncut version. But this is definitely longer. The other one's about 93 minutes or so. This one's over 2 hours. So this is definitely a longer cut of the film. So that's Death Machine. Next up, two Jason Statham films, Crank and Crank 2. Unfortunately, this is not the version of the movie I wanted. I thought I had ordered the 2-disc with the features, but instead I just got the single disc with no features. I actually already had this and the first one, but I sold them because the first one was full screen and I wanted the widescreen version, and I wanted the 2-disc edition of the second film. So I sold them, and I thought, okay, later on I'll buy them again. But I thought I was getting the 2-disc, but I accidentally bought the single disc again, which is why it's still sealed. I didn't pay too much for it, so it's not that big of a deal. So I'll probably just buy the 2-disc later, next time. And then finally, we have Never Sleep Again, The Nightmare. The Elm Street Legacy. Sorry, I should say. Documentary on all the Nightmare on Elm Street films. I heard this was really good. I have the other 2 movies they did, the ones on Halloween and on Friday the 13th, and I heard that this is the best one. So, yeah, looking forward to checking this out. Okay, I'm done.